As they ride through the valley of the shadow of death, they will fear no evil, until they must take shelter from the furnace, as one rider is consumed by heat. The others continue until they are swallowed by quicksand in washes of deep, sandy hell. Coming up on this episode of Dirty Planet. Indian Matt joined the boys at camp, high above on a lake campground in a cool, wooded refuge from the boiling desert heat below. A typical summer day in this region of Utah can reach temperatures over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Enough to shrink your little wiener for sure. After morning coffee, the boys pack it up to head down into Moab for tires and fuel and retrieving the non-camping rider. Afterwards, they will attempt to brave the furnace of the eastern Utah desert as they rejoin the Trans-America Trail.
Warner Lake Campground, where we ended just outside of... What the fuck are we going? Moab. Oh, that's a good video. 118 miles yesterday. 3.5 hours of moving time. Going to get tires today. And rock and roll through the desert.
That's what happens when you run hot, baby. Wow, look at that. Dawn's coming up. I think it's going to be a long day.
The one thing all desert riders should consider before attempting anything this foolish: always cross the desert with fresh, knobby tires, lots of clean, cool drinking water, and most importantly, bring someone with you to help pick up your bike or go for help if needed, as this is a dry, desolate, and dangerous place. Buzzards and Gila monsters are your only companions.
There goes Moab. See ya, Moab. Wouldn't want to be ya. But Mount Hill, I love you, baby. I love you. And your brothers and sisters. I'll come back when it cools off.
Yeah, like Deep Desert.
Butterbeak. Still on the track. Oh, here we go. Bouncy bounce. A lot of bouncy bounce. For the fat man, at least. So it's all the way up to 91 degrees already. Not even noon yet. Shadows hiding all front. Oh. Yeah, I tell you, man. Might be a good place to camp these things. We got plenty of water for the next 2 hours. See if I can find me a line that I can stay on. Watch the sand. Open my feet. Well, just got tires put on in Moab. We've been on the trail about 30 minutes and it's wearing us out. It's just technical. It's not, it's a little bit of climbing, but it's just mostly technical. Trying to stay from bouncing off the trail, trying to stay out of the sand as much as you can. Anyway, this would be a cool slab to come camp on. It's getting hot. I needed a water break. Boys went on around the corner.
we might as well talk about the upcoming desert obsession. Sand. Sand covers everything in this part of the Utah desert. Short sand, deep sand, and even petrified sand, known as slick rock. But the most disconcerting sand is made from volcanic ash, a powdery substance known as bentonite. This powdered sand has been known to swallow unsuspecting riders whole, so it is important to recognize the danger of bentonite quicksand before attempting to cross it. But more on that later. Currently, the riders are enjoying the high speed, smooth and relative safety of short sand. This compacted variety of silicate-based sand represents most of the tat in Utah, mixed in with terrifying moments of soil-your-pants action in between the relaxing freeways. These are the sections a rider can choose to turn up the pace a notch, or 2, or 11.
It's quite hard. This is not pleasant at all. It won't come off or without. Oh, look at that.
The boys miraculously navigated up to Green River and there pretended to navigate once again.
Well, we could take 6 up to that road right there and go over to the Green Smith Camp Road. You see that on there?
Yeah, because or like I said,
Right.
you'd have to get on 70 a bit, or we can just take the gravel road.
I think we take the gravel road.
The so-called navigators decided to bypass the very sandy, barren and unpicturesque southern route in lieu of the faster, more scenic northern option. They might soon be regretting that choice.
Who am I following? Lee?
Lee.
Let's go. Yeah.
What none of the riders realized as they rolled out of the truck stop, this route was yet another dead end. And they were already riding on the dreaded bentonite clay.
Oh shit. Whose idea was this? Bypass. Wow, that looks kind of gnarly. I have been down on some roads in Arizona that just fucking the road just fucking completely disappeared, just gone. Going the right direction. I'm good with it. Oh wow, that's a good shot.
Make no mistake, this blue-green bentonite is still slippery. But in its current state, it is much less of a concern. When dried and compacted, the clay is much less slippery. In fact, the clay is very absorbent, and the constituents are used in kitty litter for its absorbent properties. When it is dry, it may form a silt bed. The clays transform into shallow beds of deep, slippery pools of fluid talcum powder-like deposits. Just like talc, bentonite is also used for industrial lubrication.
We really need to be able to get across the railroad track, whatever that means. You see the road running out? What's up?
That's the road right there.
Well, we're kind of fucked, but we can't get across the tracks. All right. If anybody's gonna fuck it up today, it's gonna be me. That's fucking home, man. Oh yeah. Some sandy fucking shit. I gotta recoup. Problem is, this is not sand, it's fucking silt. Rod comes easy. I'm sinking down into the mud, so I can't fucking steer.
Oddly, the giant seemed to be struggling the most at this point, riding a very capable bike, overloaded with gear, and a fat-assed rider, all combined to make the riding extreme. In fact, instead of riding on top of the sand and silt, like the other riders, the giant was sinking down to the hard-end mud, containing the ruts and offsets below. Mixing ruts with slippery talc-like powder is a real recipe for doom.
Why did we come up here? And navigate? Huh? Shade. I don't know how much more of this I can do, man. Honestly. I'm really fucking struggling.
Since the team had only left the pavement a few miles back, a reassessment was in order. The giant was clearly slowing the team down, and it seemed like a time to discuss navigational options.
About shy of a quarter of the way there.
Is it uphill or is it fucking
Everything
washes?
we're past, I don't know.
Yep, that's where we're going. Let's keep going.
Does look like we're going uphill.
I'm gonna go ahead of the boys since I'm so slow. This beast is so loaded down with my big fat ass and fat ass person. I'm just thinking through this. It appears to be that silt that forms from the volcanic.
The moto giant is describing the very strange properties of a powdery silt known as bentonite. Slippery and deep, this talcum powder is very difficult to ride in with a heavy machine and has been known to swallow bike and rider. It might even be the giant's kryptonite.
That's kryptonite, Superman. A little souvenir from the old hometown. You were great in your day, Superman. But it just stands to reason. When it came time to cash in your chips, this old, diseased maniac.
Riding in sand is an art form, and the skills are slowly acquired over many years of riding in challenging terrain. The basic idea of sand riding is to maintain enough speed to stay on top of the sand, much like a boat, planing out on water. The goal is to find the proper speed to skim the surface of the powder to maintain steering and momentum. But therein lies the problem. Maintaining momentum on a heavy bike is like swimming in peanut butter. It tastes good and all, but all that PB sticks to the roof of your mouth. So, jump on the struggle bus.
Found it again. Jesus, can't keep the fucking bike up. This shit's so thick. Can't sit on the bike, it's just sinking. Just fucking wash, they're full of shit. It's like the old trucks are struggling to get up through here too. God damn. That's some nasty shit.
Besides not seeing the moto giant dragging his overladen machine through the silt beds, you also miss the constant struggle maintaining an upright position and keeping the bike on the trail. The almost constant exertion while riding takes a toll, not only on physical strength but adds to heat exhaustion in this boiling furnace of a desert. The giant decides to take a break under the shade of a tiny tree and wait for what remains of the team.
Oh, shit. By the dawn's early light, what surprising we hail that the bright light that gleams was light and bright star through the perilous sky.
Where's Lee?
Lee decided he's going back. He's either gonna get a room or catch the hard top. I think we should keep going.
Fucking nasty. That fucking little washed out.
I couldn't even tell you came through there because it was so.
Dude, the fucking bike did this. I could not get it to move without getting my ass off the seat. It's like, whoop. That's what I'm doing. I'm finding all the fucking ruts at the bottom too, which is the problem.
Fucking sand. Let me tell you what it feels like. Right, it ain't sand. Whew. I told him when he got service to send you a message. Yeah, just to make sure he got back out of it. I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. Well, I told him that you went ahead, so I've got to go that direction. I said I would turn around with you, but I didn't want to tell him. I don't think that was the right thing to do. But if he wanted to go back, that was fine, but I had to go forward. There was no... It's the heat. It's just going to be hot going across this section. You know, now... Yeah, he even said the sun's beating down on him.
Oh, fuck. This shit is so fucking slippery, man. No, I would have done it. I mean, I already said it. I was like, keep going, let's keep going. No, you got as much danger going back as you do going forward, unless you think that you're going deeper and deeper into the shit. I don't think we do. We are.
The deserts of Utah are a hostile and unforgiving place. So far, I have gone on ad nauseum about the deep, powdery sand as a nemesis. But let us talk about exposure from heat and dehydration. Imagine spending all day roasting in the sun with an ever-dwindling water supply. Chew on that vision of desiccation while we listen to the panicked sounds flooding the intercom. "I'm pinned under the bike," the one-legged rider screams.
Hang on, man. You can hang on. Yeah, you should have stayed high. You should have stayed.
Occasionally, it becomes convenient to have a giant nearby. Even when times are hard, an extra set of hands and legs become really handy, especially when you are missing a full set of limbs yourself. This is not the first time this one-legged man has been pinned underneath his motorcycle on this trip, nor will it be the last time. A good piece of advice for all you prospective tat riders: make sure you consider bringing along another rider with a strong back, mechanic skills, common sense, and perhaps some navigation abilities. In other words, ladies, you would do well to bring a man along.
I say we keep going. I say we keep going. Are we halfway yet? Because that would be encouraging. The point of no return would be encouraging. That's a good idea. I just walked right up the high side. Stick with the high side. I think it's better. If it's on a steep angle, it's slipperier, but at least you're above the fucking sand. Ugh. Fuck. I wonder what it's like when it's wet. Might be better, might be much worse.
Yeah. That's what. You know, I don't like that jacket. That was plenty fucking scary. I love the way the ball's feeling on that. Yeah, they threw it up.
Pretty awesome, huh? Goes right down the hole, like magic. It is dusty. I just stopped and a whole dust cloud followed me. That's about a shoot.
Some sandy washes, some.
Tell the truth, there's not sand.
It's not sand.
It's deep talcum powder.
It is deep fucking talcum powder.
It's also known in Hollywood as quicksand. Just
Okay.
swallows your bike whole when you get your bike in it.
Didn't have really any mishaps today. Had another 2 mile an hour off.
Yeah, what happened there?
I was looking at my GPS. There was a high side and a low side, and I went to the low side in second gear with no momentum and hit the sand, and it just balled.
But no real problems. You just got stuck under the bike.
I twisted my leg
The
completely
quicksand was trying to swallow you and your bike.
Spun my leg, the whole full 90 degrees.
And I got that on video. I don't know if I told you that.
I
was
figured
filming.
you did.
Yeah.
I saw the camera aiming at me. I'd have been disappointed.
Well,
I started to flail around.
it's freaky,
like it
man.
bad.
You come out of the damn under the bike and your legs twisted. That was freaky, man. I mean,
What happened to me? I in that sand. That's why I got my foot hung up.
Yeah.
I put my foot down on that side and had no more momentum.
What's the movie with the guy? He's twisting his hand.
Baron? Yes, drop by any time. We are always open.